All right, Sunday motivation. Inspiration exists, but it has to find you. Working Pablo Picasso. Your 3D action artist action step today. Drop in an emissive shader or a neon light strip into a single edge in your current viewport and turn it on or turn on the bloom. Adding instant glowing accents gives your scene an immediate sci-fi pop and delivers a quick burst of visual gratification to keep your creative momentum going. Let's try it. All right, so I'm just gonna do something quick. Let's throw in like what do you always throw in? Just throw in the Suzanne head, right? Go shift A, shade auto smooth, real world scale. Let's make it about something like that size. And then let's kind of like do something like GZ that up and a side view here. Maybe rotate that so it's sitting flush on the ground. GZ, almost there, about there. Good. Let's add in a plane just to get something going. Plane. All right, that's about good. Apply the scale on that, just out of habit. Let's turn on the lights. Let's turn on the lights and then turn off the lights. So we're gonna kill the lights that we got going here. This HDRI. Let's come in here, boop, 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 kill that. Let's add in what could we do? Oh, check this out. Let's do this. Let's add in a cube. All right, let's add in a cube. GZ1, bring it up there. And then let's add let me just kill that for a minute. Let's add a wireframe modifier. There we go. Let's add a wireframe modifier. Let's scale this cube down. GZ it back down here. Make sure we're on the surface there. I should probably bring this up on surface like that. That's good. Susanna's sitting in the middle there. All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's do that. What do we got on this thickness? We can control the thickness, maybe a little bit thicker. All right, cool. Then let's take this, what we've got here, turn off the lights. Let's go into the shading tab and let's add a mission modifier to this. Turn that off. And this here, we don't need all that. We can just literally pop open do I have my Blender material? Oops, I still have to fix my add-on there. That's all right. Just add in a Shift A diffuse material. Plug that into the surface. Come down here to the bottom, emission. Let's add in a black body emission. There we go. Let's do 2000. And let's go 500. Should be like more of a red. Woo! Yeah, super bright. Let's take that down to like 25 watts. All right. Looking cool, looking cool. Let's actually let's take our Suzanne head. Let's make it chrome. We'll just take the metallic. Actually, if we're going to do chrome, just bring in the metallic shaders. No point in doing that. Just doing that in. Bring in a metallic surface. GGX energy preserve. And let's give it a little bit of roughness. Yep, let's give it a little bit of roughness. I'm going to quickly bring in a image map. Let's go shift grayscale image. Saves a little grayscale image map. Let's go ahead and plug that into the roughness. Let's change this to non-color data. Let's open one up really quickly here. All right, drag that in. I guess there's no point in dragging this. We don't need that. We already dragged one in. Roughness, again, non-color data, and it's looking a little too red for me. So what I'm going to do is add in a light emission. Let's add in a area light, GZ this up, and I'm going to add a constraint track to, we're going to track to the cube. Right now we should be able to move our light back off. There we go. We're going to do something kind of like that. And on this light here, I'm going to take that, oops, undo, take that, delete that, add another emission in, black body. Let's go maybe like 4,500, something like that. Knock that down to 35, right? And let's just kind of soften things up a little bit here. Let's go to the light, maybe change that to a disk, right? And then I'm probably even going to change that up even more. I'm going to add in a RGB image, plug that into the distribution. Again, non-colored data. I'm going to go to projection, I'm actually going to drop in a perspective projection, put that in there. I'm going to come in here, load in an IES. All right, got an IES loaded. Make sure we also turn this to normal spec IES. There we go, just to get a little bit of something different happening there. I like that thrill. That's a little cool. All right, let's maybe bring that light up a little bit more, maybe 45, something like that. Let's jump in. Let's get a camera set up here. Let's come down into camera. camera. I'm actually going to change my output just to like an Instagram post, something like that. And then I'm going to come back to camera. I'm going to select the mouse, jump into camera, unlock camera. Maybe catch it like this, something kind of like that. Let's set our focal point to the mouse or the monkey. Then I'm going to, I think this is a little too bright. Probably take this down to maybe like 10. Let's actually do, the whole point of this was to crank up some bloom on this. So let's come over here. Let's go to bloom. I'm gonna go like to 50, and my bloom's not working. Let me go into my render AOVs. I'm just gonna do a new clean setup really quickly here. Render AOVs, set this to denoise beauty, and come back over here to my AOVs. Take this other node tree out, put this new one in AOV, render AOV. There we go. We're seeing the denoise beauty. There we go. Now, there we go. Now we got our bloom working. Can do a little bit of choke on it, just a little bit, maybe even harder, and then crank it up. It's all about the bloom. This is all about the bloom. And while we're at it, let's add some glare. I'm gonna add some glare in here. Let's go 25 on the glare. And I'm gonna do 1, and I'm gonna do it like 90, so it's like anamorphic, right? All right, let's go back to our shading. And let's see, play with these light settings here. Where keep surface brightening, keep surface. Of course, the brighter this is, the more effect. Ooh, that's way too much. 20, 10. Let's come back and get that light, my regular white light going more stronger. Maybe we want that at 150. Let's see what that looks like. Move that out the way. Let's play with the light a little bit, lighting position. So we don't want to see that light in there also in the viewport there. We can just change that. I'm going to shader editor and go to the opacity and drop that down. There we go. No, I'm not like sure if I'm liking that ES, what it's doing. Yeah, maybe give this ground a material. Plug a noise pattern to the roughness here. Let's add a projection, and let's add also scale. Let's kind of scale this up a little bit. Maybe we can add a little bit more contrast in there. Open this back up. Let's even see about even throwing some of this into the ground, into the bump. Let's add in a displacement, extra displacement. Let's add in, let me see if I can just plug that in first, and add in a invert node, invert texture. And let's see, set that to normal, 0.5. No, okay, we need to bake this. So let's just take that. Let's add in a bake texture node right here, bake texture node. Let's plug that into there. Let's plug this into the texture. Let's see now. Let me restart the engine. There we go. We set that to high. With some more detail on that. Let's better crank up the resolution like to 2K times 2. See what that does. All right, that's kind of interesting. I'm thinking I'm not liking this red. Let's crank this up to maybe like 5,000. And then we gotta give more power, 25. Oh, there we go. This is quite interesting. All right, let's quickly add in another plane. Scale it up, apply scale. We're just gonna add in a specular material. Delete the universal specular material like that. Then I'm gonna grab this GZ it, lower it down, and then kind of something like that. And let's also, in the bump, let's add in a noise texture into the bump, drop in these here, and let's just scale that up. And let's turn this bump up here a little bit so we can see something. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit too noisy. Feels like it's still a little too noisy. Looking for some very subtle ripples. All right, that's pretty interesting. What about that other light that we had? We probably don't even need that anymore, huh? Just let the cube light it. GZ it down. What if we rotate this cube around? Oh, I kind of like this better. GZ it up. Interesting. Now, we need to choke back on some of this effects. A little too much. I kind of like that. And then I'm going to do the scattering like this. That's that signature Octane look right there. Let's add in a little bit of post-process, This is all about having fun on this one. So we're going to push it overboard. All right. And then right when you think you got everything, let's just cut everything in half. I'm going to go divide by half. I'm going to go divide by half and divide by half and divide by half. That's just something I always do. Once you get the effects where you like them, just divide everything by half. All right. That's really cool. All right. Now, what else should we do? Let's play with our camera a little bit. Let's come in here, go to camera. Let's go, first of all, I'm going to go back to just standard camera. And what are we looking at? Focus here, aperture aspect ratio 2. We can get a little bit of anamorphic look here. Focal point should be on Suzanne, which it does look like it is. Don't really have anything in the background for to lock out. What if we were to duplicate some of these? Shift duplicate Y, make them smaller. rotate them differently. Shift duplicate X, rotate it differently, scale it differently. Shift duplicate Y, pull it back in the distance, rotate it something different, size it up, maybe something different. GZ it down, maybe. GX, Shift Z. All right, now we can probably play with a little bit of depth of field. Let's go to real camera lens. I'm gonna change it up. Go to real camera lens and let's go to 100 millimeters. Just push it in on that, right? Look at that. There we go. Let's click on Suzanne, press Q. I'm gonna go log that and pull this up just a tad bit back a little bit and then reset my focal point on Suzanne. All right. I'm actually going to kind of go down a little bit, a bit of a different angle here, just kind of play with these angles. Suzanne is not sitting on the ground now that we've kind of tweaked it. So GZ, because we've added displacement, rotate X. That's a little bit cooler. And let's go ahead and go back to our camera and just push these effects a little bit more. 2.2 camera, right? Let's go 2.8 depth of field, 2.8 depth of field, 100 millimeter lens, kind of liking that. Let's save this, didn't even save it. Save as Sunday motivation. That. I think we should still get Suzanne to sit down a little bit more. Rotate Y, maybe a little bit like that. And maybe let's grab Suzanne. Let's maybe divide this by half and add in a gradient map. Let's make a new material on this one and change the color. 2000 on that one, 2000 on that one, maybe 1000 on this one. All right, let's just give a quick render and see what we got. I'm gonna throw at it 800 samples or 500 samples. I know I'm gonna push it to 8 because it's like pretty much dark scene. Push it to 8. Everything else I'm gonna leave the same. GI clamp set to 10. Adaptive sampling kicks in at 512. All right, let's save it and render. All right, not too bad. It took about 34 seconds. Let's go. Oops, I wanted to go back and see my other passes. That's basically the denoise pass. That's what we got going there. Yeah, let's call it quits. We're done. Actually, there's one little thing I want to add. Hang on here. For those of you who stayed this long, one little thing I want to add. I'm going to go into shading. I'm going to go over here to my stuff, and I'm going to grab my dust box, drop that on top of this here, and let's click on dust box properties. We got to unpack it, then go to particles, unpack it, and let's just crank this up to like 3000. Just get some more in the air. Okay, now let's save that and re-render this. And I'm not seeing any difference. So did I turn it on? Let me jump out of this, make sure the camera is not selected, which it was. Good. There is my box. Up too far back, I think. I think the box is way too far back. Let's turn this back. Oh, yeah. It's not even on it. GY. There we go. GZ. There we go. Let's do that again. Save that. Render that. All right, that added a little bit of like these particles floating around. I probably could add more, but you know what I'm thinking? This is missing fog. Let's throw some fog in here. Fog, how did I do fog? Do I have a fog box? Oh, I do have a fog box. Yes. While we're at it on the particles, let's crank that up to 6000. Let's double that. Hit play just so it can move it around. It's animated too. And then let's throw our fog box on here. Let's actually get this guy centered up more like that. And let's throw our fog box on. Fog box is huge, and on my fog box, let me make sure we click on that because there is a newer way to do fog that I found out. Volumetric, okay, is to specular material is to, let me disconnect that. And the new way I add is a null material, plug that in, and then add this into the medium. Let's see what that looks like now. Let's jump down here and oh, it's not even in it. Hang on, GZ it down. Okay, jump back in here. 0.0, okay. There we go. Now we've got some fog going, guys. And let me set that to 0. 0.01. All right, 0.1. I think 0.01 is not bad. And let's play with this here. This is like, it pushes it more towards the light. Like you can see it's being more generated towards the light, or opposite. More of like a just general fog. I think I'm gonna just leave it a little bit towards the light. What about that other area light that I turned off? Oh, that other area light is not that bad. Let's make it maybe a little bit more of a smaller light. We can get like a beam going. All right, let's do a render. I'm probably gonna need to crank up the samples a little bit more. Yeah, that's not bad. But I want some more weird distortion happening here. There's another camera lens that we could possibly use. Hang on, just for let me mute the fog while we're working here. There is another camera. Let's go back to the 85. Yeah, this is the 100. Let's go back to this 85. One of these cameras has some really weird bokeh. Oh, here we go. We got this swirly bokeh on this one here. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this 85 and look at this little swirly bokeh action we got happening here. I love that. Yeah, I like that. Let's rock with this. Let's fog box is off, but it will render. All right. I think this is gonna be the last one. I gotta stop. Really, I gotta stop. We're at 30 minutes. Yeah, let's stop. That's it. That's it. Time is up. Save it. Render it. I'm gonna crank up the render since we're done. I'm not gonna touch it. 30 minutes is the limit. I give myself a limit. I'm gonna go to 1,000 samples now just to get a nice, good, clean render. All right, let's let that rip.